As millions around the world tuned in to watch the magnificent spectacle of Trooping the Color, the broadcast presented a picture-perfect story of British pomp and tradition. The cameras focused on the flawless uniforms, the gleaming carriages, and the waving royal family on the Buckingham Palace balcony. But just beyond the carefully framed shots, a very different and dissonant scene was unfolding, a story the official coverage didn't show you. Along the historic route of the Mall, a sea of bright yellow signs clashed with the traditional red, white, and blue. Anti-monarchy protesters from the group Republic had gathered in force, their message simple and direct: abolish the monarchy. While the world saw cheering crowds, a vocal and organized demonstration was making its presence known, turning the king's official birthday parade into a stage for a national debate. This was not a spontaneous outburst, but a planned and recurring feature of major royal events. Trooping the Color is the key, iconic royal event of the year, said Republic CEO Graham Smith ahead of the parade. From now on, there will be protesters there, calling out the event and the monarchy as a superficial cover for a grubby and corrupt institution. The juxtaposition was stark. As the Prince and Princess of Wales smiled from their carriage with their 3 children, protesters just meters away held signs and chanted for an elected head of state. It was a tale of 2 Britons playing out simultaneously on the same street, one celebrating continuity and tradition, the other demanding radical change. After the red arrows flypast concluded the day's pageantry, the protesters' message grew sharper. Graham Smith issued a scathing critique, calling the event a shameful exploitation of the nation's military by the royals. He deployed a stinging piece of military slang, labeling the senior royals in uniform as the Walter Mitty Committee, a term for individuals who wear uniforms, medals, and ranks they haven't personally earned through service. That applies to Charles, William, Anne, and Edward, Smith declared. People rightly raise questions about Trump and his parade. We shouldn't accept this abuse of our armed forces in the UK. While the global broadcast ended with the iconic image of the royal family united on the balcony, the full story of the day was far more complex. The presence of these protesters reveals an evolving conversation within Britain about its identity, its future, and the role of a hereditary head of state in the 21st century. The cameras may have focused on the fairy tale, but the reality on the ground shows that for a growing number of people, the institution of monarchy is no longer a story they are willing to celebrate.